Last week we had Dubai. This weekend we've got the Cape Town Sevens for the World Rugby Sevens, and Samoa, they'll be looking to improve on the result they had in Dubai. They finished 8th in Dubai, and they'll be looking to get at least into the top 4 for the Cape Town Sevens. Throughout this preview, we'll be looking at their squad and a few of the key players that are involved in this Manu Samoa Sevens, then looking at their upcoming fixtures, and then finally our prediction for how far in the competition we think they will be able to finish. But looking through at their squad, I believe it's the exact same from what they had in Dubai. There's been no update on whether or not there's injuries, so we do assume it is the exact same, which is going to be as follows. So Milani Matavao, he is still absent from the side, which means they remain with the 2 co-captains. First of which, Va'apelo Maleko. He did very well in the Dubai Sevens, just couldn't quite help his side get over the line in a couple of those important games though, which will be what Samoa look to improve on this week. The other co-captain, Valvasa Afasua, he started the competition coming off the bench a majority of the time, and then by the end was in that starting lineup. Looking through at the next name, Paul Eti Slater played pretty well in Dubai. Noelle Letufia had some good impact off the bench also, that man. Then Moto Opitai, Owen Nui, Paul Scanlon got himself a double in one of those fixtures. Steve Onisai, Yuna Sione, my key player from Samoa, and he's going to be in this key players list as well. He was absolutely brilliant coming off the bench. Didn't get enough time, but in that starting lineup, he was sensational and hopefully does get that chance this weekend. Levi Milford, Taunuu Naulivaya, Fa'afoi Falaniko, Tuna Tuitama. He was on debut last week for the Dubai Sevens, and he actually had some real impact for the Samoans. He's strong. He absolutely bulldozed one of the Japanese players. He's probably still trying to find all his ribs after Tuitama absolutely sent him backwards. And then Palosi Taupo, last man in the Samoan side. Like I mentioned, they haven't given an update of whether or not there's any injuries, but I would assume everyone is still match fit and absolutely raring to go. Looking through at the key players, I've already mentioned one, Yuna Sione. He's got to be on that list of keys for Samoa, because when he's in that starting lineup, he has such power. He's got great acceleration, breaking the line, scoring tries for Manu Samoa, and he is exactly what they need as one of the players to watch out for in this leg of the Sevens. Another player, Valvasa Afasua, and also Va'apelo Maleko, the 2 co-captains. They've got to use that experience. There are a few young guys in the Samoan side, but those 2 together can really add some impact. I really enjoyed the last lineup that they went with, and also the game prior to that, where they had Valvasa Afasua, Va'apelo Maleko, Yuna Sione, I believe also alongside them. They had Paul Scanlon in that starting lineup, Steve Onisai, Letufia. It was just a really strong side. They did lose that game, and also the game prior. Now that I think about it, maybe it wasn't as strong of a side as I thought it was. On paper, it's brilliant, but maybe just out on the field, they had a little bit more chemistry, but eventually with these same guys playing each and every week, they should start to build on that and keep on improving. Now looking through at their fixtures that are coming up for the Cape Town Sevens, they are going to be a part of Pool B, which means they do have Uruguay, Ireland, and Japan. Once again, that man who I mentioned earlier on for the Japanese, he'll be having flashbacks as soon as Tuitama makes his way out onto the field. But the first game that Samoa have got, it is going to be up against Uruguay. That will be at 2:06 a.m. on Saturday morning, New Zealand time. And that has the potential to be quite a tough game for Samoa opening up in the Sevens. Uruguay, they have been putting in some big upsets recently, so they certainly will have to be on their A game. Then the next game that they've got, it is going to be up against the Japanese. That will be Saturday night, 8:29 p.m. New Zealand time, up against Japan, like I mentioned. And that game last time was a little bit closer than Samoa would have liked, although they did run away with it as the contest almost came to a close. And then the last game, the toughest of the bunch in my opinion, it's going to be up against the Irish. Did come runner-up in the Dubai Sevens. They lost to South Africa in the final, but they will be looking to redeem themselves this week. That will be at 2:32 a.m. New Zealand time on the Sunday morning, and that will be their last game of Pool B. But nonetheless, now we move on to that stage of trying to predict how far in the competition Samoa will be able to go. Now for Dubai, I said they were going to win the whole thing. I was very wrong. They did have a slightly easier group, although they lost that game to the USA, which I think really shot themselves in the foot. And if they hadn't lost that game, may have made it a little bit further in the Dubai Sevens. But for this one, they should make it through the group stage. I would assume they're going to be in either first or second, depending on how that game up against the Irish goes. And then from there, I'd like to say that in the quarterfinal, they will be able to get through. So I'm going to say Samoa in this competition get themselves the bronze medal. Third place in Cape Town, I think Samoa we'll be pretty happy with that indeed. But thank you all very much for tuning in to this preview. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're going to be live for all of Samoa's games on the channel, so be sure to check that out as well. But thank you all very much for tuning in. Let me know where you think Samoa will be finishing in the Cape Town Sevens down below. I will see you all for the next one.